Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all to the recorded session of grade 4. Rabbi Zidni Ilma. May Allah enhance our knowledge. Today we are going to study chapter Time. Children, time is the most important factor of our life. It helps us in setting our plans, routines, and other important events. So let's start. What is time? Time is an ongoing sequence of events taking place, the past, present, and the future. Time can be measured in seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and even years. We can tell the time by using a clock. From this definition, we came to know that time is an ongoing process. It changes day in and out. Also, we use a clock to tell the time. Telling time in seconds. On this clock, we can see three hands. The smallest and the slowest moving hand is the hour hand. The longest, a little faster moving hand is the minute hand. And the fastest moving hand is the second hand. It shows 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. In the other clock, you can see that the second hand moved on half the clock face. It is said that 30 seconds or half a minute has passed. We learnt like a minute hand, the second hand also follows the table of 5. Telling time in seconds. Students, as you all can see that the second hand is at 1 right now. When the second hand moves and stops between 7 and 8, we will count the small lines as well to find the exact number of seconds passed. So, 6 times 5 is 30 and two small lines over here will also be added and it will make 32 seconds. Now look at this problem, children. A telephone bell was ringing. How long did the bell ring? Now look at this clock quickly. The second hand is on 3 and as it moves it stops at 12. We say that 45 seconds have passed or quarter a minute has passed. Alright, moving on to the next slide. 24-hour clock notation. The 12-hour clock notation is a way of dividing the 24 hours of the day into two sections. The two halves are called antemeridiem and postmeridiem. In 24-hour clock notation, the day runs from midnight to midnight and is divided into 24 hours. It does not use AM and PM. We know there are 24 hours in a day. So we divide the day in two parts of 12 each. And we identify the part of the day by two abbreviations AM and PM. Where AM stands for antemeridiem means before midday and PM stands for postmeridiem means after midday. Moving on to the next slide. Converting time from 12-hour clock to 24-hour clock notation. Let's learn how to convert 12-hour clock into 24-hour clock notation. First, we will add 12-hour to the number of hours given in the question only, to the time which is in PM. The minutes will remain the same. On the other hand, the AM time will remain the same. It will not change. One most important thing is that 12 AM is the only AM time in which we add 12 while converting it into 24-hour clock. And 12 PM is the only PM time in which we never add 12 to convert the time into 24-hour clock. Similarly, when we convert the time from 24-hour clock to 12-hour clock, we subtract 12 hours from the given time and mention AM or PM as well. Now students, have a look at this table. In this table, we have to convert 12 hours to 24 hours. Alright students, so as I have explained you earlier, whenever the time is in AM, the time will remain the same. As you can see, 4:25, 9:20, 2:55. But when it's PM, you can see a big change in the number of hours. 4:25 PM became 16:25. 9:20 PM became 21:20. 2:55 PM became 14:55. 11:35 PM became 23:35. So over here we have added 12 to the number of hours to convert the time from 12-hour clock notation to 24-hour clock notation. Alright students, so now let's have a look at the other table as well. In this table, we have to convert time from 24 hour to 12 hours. As explained earlier, you have to subtract 12 from the given hours to find the answer according to 12-hour clock. You can see that time is changing. Wherever we have more than 12 hours, the time is changing to PM or AM accordingly. Moving on to our next subtopic, duration. Duration is the difference between the starting and the ending time of a particular activity. You can see in this picture that the bus started at 7 AM and reached the school at 8 AM. So, it took 1 hour to reach the school. This means the bus took 1 hour to reach its destination. As stated earlier, duration is the difference between the ending and starting time. Moving on to one more problem of duration. A plane left an airport at 13:20. It arrived at its destination at 16:10. What was the duration of the flight? Let's solve. We know that the starting time is 13:20 and the ending time is 16:10. So what is duration? The difference between the two. Now we are going to solve this vertically. 16 hours 10 minutes subtract 13 hour 20 minutes. 10 minutes cannot subtract 20 minutes. Minutes are less. It's not possible. So what are we going to do? We are going to borrow 1 hour from 16 hours and we'll add it up to 10 minutes, which will be equal to 70 minutes. 70 minus 20 will give you 15. And as we have given 1 hour to the minutes, so now we are left with 15 hours and 13 hours. 15 hours minus 13 hours will give you 2 hours and 70 minutes minus 20 minutes will give you 50 minutes. So, the duration of the flight was 2 hours 50 minutes. Alright students, now we have one more problem for you. Sadia started a test at 10:35 and ended at 12:05. How long did the test last? Again, we have to find the duration. And what is duration? The difference between the starting and the ending time. So, let's solve the question quickly. The starting time is 10:35 whereas the ending time is 12:05. Again, we are going to solve this question vertically. 5 minutes cannot subtract 35 minutes. So again, we are going to borrow. 60 minutes will be given to 5 minutes to make it 65. 1 hour has been given to minutes to make it 65 minutes. Now we are left with 11 hour and 65 minutes. 11 hour 65 minutes subtract 10 hour 35 minutes. We come to know that the test lasted for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Students, I hope you all have understood the concept well and will now be able to solve the assignment uploaded in the Google Classroom. Stay home and stay safe. Allah Hafiz. Here.